We are back here, and the grid is lined. The drivers are suited up. Austin Garrison on the black and white and red Speed Concepts Racing red speed will lead the field off as he tries to chase here a main event win. He's already got himself $2,000 with the second place result last night to the man that starts next to him, Joe Turney. But the two of these drivers already had a little bit of finding each other on the racetrack in that KA100 senior main event, and it kind of took Austin Garrison out of contention. For Joe Turney, though, it ended up all good. He ended up another $3,000 richer, and now he has the only opportunity to sweep the main events in any age division. And Joe Turney is now chasing $10,000 if he can win here in this X30 Pro main event and add another tick to the W column.
It all leads to this moment right here. 25 laps, X30 Pro Senior, $5,000 on the line. Austin Garrison and Joe Turney have the field together. We hit the start box, and we are underway for the main event. The main here at the IAME Grand National Championship through turn one and up the hill. Already to second is Paulie Massimino.
What a start there for Austin Garrison. The entire inside lane seemed to have gone, caught the outside lane napping there a little bit.
Also saw Dalton Haynes getting by Nicholas Terlecki back in turn number 11 at the end of lap 1. So Dalton Haynes, P5 at the end of the opening lap. Jacob Kolar is under heavy fire. Haynes, I believe, already up to fourth.
But as you see, Paulie Massimino already the lead. He wants control of this race, as I would probably too.
We talk about holding the pace of the race. That's what the leader can do. Garrison probably was trying to go easy, and I wouldn't imagine Paulie would be doing anything different. Dalton Haynes is pushing, though. He set the fastest lap of the race at a 47.9. He's on the bumper of Joe Turney. Here comes Dalton and Turney. Gonna let the youngster go, and this right there is a difference of experience. The question will be, can Dalton Haynes' speed last all 25 laps?
As you can see, not many green laps through these guys. Dalton Haynes looking for second here. He's wanting to get to the front. He wants to lead. He wants control of this race. He obviously knows he has a good go-kart right now, so he's got to make the most of it right now and get out front while he still has that speed. So he's doing everything he can, chasing down Paulie Massimino in the lead right now, and I'm guessing as soon as he gets to Paulie's bumper, he's going to make a move for the lead and try and maybe get himself a little bit of a gap.
As Turney gets around Garrison for third, these guys have all raced each other at least once and done multiple times. They know what to expect out of everyone else. For Dalton Haynes, he's been coming through the field after a bad qualifying effort here this weekend, kind of the inverse of what he had when he pulled it 2 years ago, so they don't know what to expect out of the number 17. They just know there's a new factor, a new variable, and he wants to lead Dalton Haynes to the point in turn number 1.
Starting to pull away. We'll see how long his tires can stay on the thing and see if he can keep this gap as we see Joe Turney following him through. Joe knows he needs to keep it close. He can't let Dalton Haynes get too far out front. He's got to keep the gap close. So if Dalton Haynes is going to use his step up, Joe's thinking he's got to go too, and he can't really let Dalton Haynes get a big gap here early in this race. Austin Garrison going to P3, getting himself by Paulie Massimino. Ryan Norberg going to follow through. We haven't talked.
Oh, wow! Did Norberg just hip check Paulie Massimino? And Paulie's going to give it right back to 7 times.
Yeah, that's, I mean, smart driving by Paulie. The guy puts you off the track, you put him off the track in the next corner. Nothing wrong with that. Just give and take right there.
For Dalton Haynes again, though, he knows what it's like here to race around this race. He was a very green rookie. His IAME Pro debut came at the 2021 Grand Nationals when he pulled it, and a handful of mistakes kind of put him back to 17th, and he drove all the way up to second in the main event. Now, 2 years later, on a number of different part-time rides that have panned out just to get him in the seat enough to continue to keep his name relevant and to give him opportunity after opportunity. And again, they find themselves this weekend on what could be, just a handful of one-offs in 2023. You just kind of never know when your last race is going to be. It's a scary place to be. The kid has been in this place before, and now 2 years later, he finds himself leading the main event against the guy known right now as probably the #1 driver in the world, Joe Turney, back in second.
Yeah, Dalton Haynes was the fastest kart on track last time by, so he's still holding this pace. We'll see how long it can last for, but at this point, I feel like if his stuff was starting to fall off, he would be slowing down by now. So I feel like we've got a good piece on our hands for Dalton Haynes, and maybe he can hold it out front here.
$5,000, that would do a huge amount to Dalton Haynes' career to keep going, to be able to keep behind the wheel again. Many noticed here that he's sporting a Kart Chaser suit. He's worked with us and helped put on the broadcast coverage for all of you to watch in every off weekend that he was on the sidelines. And every time he talked to me, man, I just wish I was out there. I'd do anything to get back out there. And finally, the call came from Eric Jones in Kart Republic North America, and he found some sponsorship money on his own, and he was able to put together a handful of rides in KA and X30 here this year. And now, at his home race, where he made a name for himself 2 years ago, Dalton Haynes on the whiteout number 17 is 7 laps away from the biggest payday of his young career.
Yeah, but one thing, $5,000 for Dalton Haynes, but it's $10,000 for Joe Turney to win this race. He's already won the KA race, so double the money for him. He's going to do a lot. If he's going to do whatever it takes to win this race. $10,000 is a big payday for go-kart racing. Get any racing alone.
2 more laps around. Look at Turney. He drives into the side of him. That's a move for 10 grand. And now Dalton Haynes has to go back by. Joe Turney to the lead. Turney giving him space. Still side by side. Runs him to the edge of the racetrack.
Yeah, there he is.
He's
I was just about to say that.
What a move. And now Dalton's got a block. 1 to go. David versus Goliath continues. Dalton Haynes fighting with everything that he's got to turn 1. He covers it off. Turney back to the inside. And he's got the inside up the hill to 3.
Joe Turney's still leading here, though.
Are you kidding me? Turn 6. Dalton Haynes passes where nobody's done before. Now to the inside in turn 8. He blocks low. Turney another crossover. Can he get there? They're banging tires to turn number 9. Dalton's just got to park it here. Turney to the high side. He's off
Not
the
going to make it.
racetrack.
Dalton Haynes is going to win. Dalton Haynes
is going
Joe
wild.
Turney off the racetrack.
Dalton Haynes is going to win $5,000. Oh my goodness!
What did we just witness, Sander? Dalton Haynes, the privateer on the GWR tent. Oh my goodness me, Dalton Haynes, you're the Grand National Champion.
$5,000! He beats the winningest driver. The crowd has gone ballistic. I got one more guy that wants to talk to you. Roman, it's your father, Roland. He watched the whole race all the way along. And Roland Haynes, your dad, he wants to talk to you here. Roland, you're on the live with everyone. What do you have to say about your son?
Hell yes! Yes! Hell yes!
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, man.
You held on all weekend! Yes! You and your brother did it! You did it!
$5,000 to Dalton Haynes! And Dalton, actually, before we do the podium, we've got one more prize. You got $5,000, and you already got a couple grand earlier. Kart Republic North America saw you guys working hard and saw, well, the go-kart, it looked a little old. They have a new Kart Republic frame for you and your brother that we would like to give to you, courtesy of Kart Republic North America. Yeah, I am serious. A new frame, $5 grand, 1,000 to your brother's mechanic of the weekend, and an engine. Got a whole go-kart ready for you to go race again, Dalton. You ready?
Hell yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, what an X30 Pro main. Give it up for your Grand National Championship podium.